Welcome to the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center. In 2004, a national level institute AMGITA has been started in the field of engineering and technology as per guidelines of All India Council for Technical Education AICTE New Delhi. AMGITA is approved by AICTE New Delhi, Gujarat State and affiliated to Gujarat Technological University Ahmedabad, which is also known as GTU. Our goal is to be an institute of generative ideas so that we remain relevant to our society. The AMGITA has always been an organization on move with continuous effort on improving its processes and to maintain its relevance to the Indian science scenario, with adding new programs in its programmatic portfolio. We strongly believe in overall development of students, so for that we provide them a different platform like state level tech fest, project fair, different sports activity, which helps students to teach teamwork and problem solving skills to get physical health benefits, boost self esteem, and reduce pressure and stress for prove their skills in distinct area. Welcome to the Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center. Myself, Professor Gaurang Patel. Today, we will discuss regarding the universal human values, which is comes into the induction program for a B semester 1. So first of all, we see what are the basic things that we can be covered in the human values and what are the human values. Okay, so these are the five human values. You can see that on the screen. So first priority that is given to the truth. Second one, that is the right conduct. Third one, love. Fourth one is peace. And fifth one, non-violence. So these are the basic human values which can be found in all cultures. And if we want to say broadly what are the human values, that we can say that human values are closely related with human life. No human life is possible without values. That is very well known things. Okay, then human values are those universal concepts, drivers of actions which are found in all cultures, all societies, all times and in all places where human beings out their lives. And human values, as we can see, that it is a set of consistent behaviors and measures that guide human beings in doing what is right and acceptable by the society, and attracted dignity, respect, and appropriateness among people. And we can also say that and human values are used to set laws in most cases, because without there is law there is no peace. Okay, so the human values are people's beliefs, feelings, and attitudes towards things, situations, or other people. And another things that we can share about the human values, that is human values have an inherent energy and dynamism. Human values do not follow the laws of physical science. They cannot be depleted. Normally, when we spend energy, our resources, we become drained of energy to the extent of our expenditure. But human values are multiplies as they are applied. This is the different things between the normal energy and the human values energy, that is expressed and acted out. They benefit both the giver and the recipient. Okay, so you can see there is only a one thing that having two side benefited, there is a giver as well as the recipient. Another things of the human values that we can see, these are the values and these are the criterias that we always keep in mind. If each and every person having a different aspect of their human values, depends from which community he comes from, depends from his spending of childhood, and what are the circumstances he faced during his life. Okay, so according to that, there are some factors which are affected to the human values that we can see over here. These are the factors which we can consider as a core human values. You can see there is a self-direction, self-direction, stimulation, hedonism, achievement, power, security, conformity, tradition, benevolence, and universalism. Those are the core human values. If I would like to elaborate those things, then I can say that what is first of all, that is what is self direction. If I discuss something about the self direction, then I can say that self directed learning skills involve the ability to manage learning tasks without having them directed by others. So it is an inherent uh, ability of human beings. There is no need of any other directions. They are skills necessary for effective lifelong learning and are one of many learning skills students are specially expected to develop in college. That is the self direction. And one more thing, that is self directed learning always promotes the natural development of self confidence. Okay, whenever the things are coming with the internal desire or self consciousness, that is always having with the more self confidence than compared to others, then perseverance and life satisfaction will be there. While we do not ultimately control our lives due to many outside factors that affects us all, including genes to environmental circumstances, we are each in charge of our own life. Another word, that is stimulation. If I want to say something about the stimulation, that is the we can say that stimulation is the encouragement of development or the cause of activity generally, and the stimulation to the external or internal senses may evoke involuntary activity. Okay, so such emotional or motivating stimulation typically is also experienced subjectively. Then another things that comes into the picture, that is the hedonism. So what is hedonism is, if I would like to elaborate this term, that is the hedonism we consider as the ethical theory that pleasure in the sense of the satisfaction of desires is the highest good and proper aim of human life. So whenever you are having a proper aim in your life, and when you try to reach your aim, your efforts are absolutely different. For example of hedonism, we can say that an ethical theory suggesting the pursuit of pleasure should be the ultimate goal. And one more example of hedonism is a constant quest for pleasure and satisfaction. The belief that pleasure or happiness is the highest good in life, if we believe that. So, this is the hedonism. Another term, that is the achievement. This is also a very important thing. What we consider as an achievement in our life. Different people or different person having different criteria or different likes of the achievement. And in general term, if we say that an achievement is something which someone has succeeded in doing, especially after a lot of effort. So there are so many areas. If as a student we consider that when you are join an engineering or your journey, you started as an engineer. Okay, so you have the aim of being a good engineer. So what you want to achieve after all, being a good engineer, having some give a footprint of yourself. Okay, so this is the achievement of yourself. In many achievements you can see that the both personal and social, including successful fundraising, working with the poor, volunteering, consulting, donating, teaching, and entertaining. These are also the way of achieving. There are very different peoples around us. They have an achievement of such an area which we are discussing right now. So the success can be measured by the resulting level of personal satisfaction or by how the accomplishment impacts to others. Okay. Then if we talk about the power and security. So in today's life everyone needs a security with some certain amount of power. For example, if you are in certain sector and you are a family man, or if we consider as a student, you need a security after completing your engineering at which field you are going to go. So that kind of security you need, and that provides you a power ultimately. That if there is a more security, you feel with the more power. And according to those both those terms, conformity will be there. Okay. And one more term, that is the benevolence and universalism. So it can be considered as a benevolence. The definition of the benevolence is a kind act or gift or the doing of kind things for others. An example of benevolence is a gift of money affording someone the opportunity to go to the college. So that is the benevolism. And the final, the universalism, that means nowadays you can see that each and everything's are reached to everyone of the every person in the world can reach and each and everything if they really desire and tried it for it. Okay, so that is the we call the universalism. Okay, and these are the structure of value relation that we already discussed with all those definite terms, that structure of value relations. You can see the self direction, stimulation, hedonism, which is having some different criterias. So in self direction you can see that creativity and freedom. In stimulation, it such an exciting life will be there. Hedonism, which is related to the pleasure, achievement, which suggests the success and ambition, power, that is gives you an authority and wealth. And accordingly, if you follow that conformity and tradition, that is having the humility and decounterness, security in terms of social order, and benevolence, as we discussed, that is helpfulness, and universalism, that means social justice and equality, that means each and every person have the equal rights to do or put yourself to forward for something to achieve. Okay, and those whole terms are we can included. This is the self transcendence, conservation, self enhancement, and openness to the change. Okay, so when we talk about all those human values which is very very important to us for being as an human or achieving the goal that world needs today for the being human. Okay, so we can further we see that these are the sources of value priorities. So it depends, you can see, it depends on the people's background, age, gender, and education. Okay, so how it is people background is affected? Obviously it is affected of the people background, because each and every one having the different circumstances, each and every having the different view of life. Okay, at particularly if we consider the age, different age having the different perception of the life, different mentality of the life. Okay, equally then gender and education is also affected this criteria, because if we talking about the gender, male having the different uh, thinking about each and every perspectives. Okay, and if we compare with the female, it's having a different desire of the life. Education is also very relevant to the sources of value priorities. Okay, because if you are educated, the the way you see the life, that is very different. So these are already discussed a term, that is life circumstances and value priorities. Okay, from those discussion we can see that those are some of the terms or great words are saying from a great man, that he says that your beliefs becomes your thoughts. That is very obvious, that your beliefs become your thoughts. Then he suggested that your thoughts become your words. So your thoughts is very important. Then your words become your actions, and your action becomes your habits. And when your habits becomes your values, and your values becomes your destiny. So you can see how it is relevant to the human life. That is, if you believe in something, that kind of thoughts comes into the mind. When the thoughts comes into the mind, definitely the words according to your thoughts comes into your mind. When thoughts and words are combined, your actions will be different. And once you put your actions in real life or in your practical life, it becomes your habits. And once you make those things as a habits, it becomes a value, and those value or good values decide your destiny. So according to that, your human values play a, a major role to decide your destiny. Okay, so thank you very much. I hope this session is very useful to you according to the human values. Okay, thank you.